And... Huh. I gotta say, it's going to be a while before I actually use all of those, but Bastila, it might be a good idea to make Bastila an all-rounder character, since she's getting many force powers anyway. Although... No, let's do Force Shield. And at least another one. Now she's at the Dexterity 20, which is really, really amazing. And... yeah, Burst of Speed. And another feat. I guess an improved conditioning. And Night Valor, which is what I was going for the whole time, which is good. And I'm hoping that if I activate her support script that she'd actually use stuff like that. But we'll see. The grenade script certainly worked. Oh, yes indeed. Force resistance. Well, why not? You never know when you might use it. Okay. Now she's a level 10 Jedi Sentinel. And I believe if nothing else, Goofuth is actually willing to give her his Jedi robe.
What?
Because he has no intention of using it. That's a different story than the lightsabers. It might also be something that he's willing to do to placate her. Since I'm guessing she's not all that happy about not being able to use a lightsaber, even less so when Goofuth is waving his around in her face all the time. I can hear him going on. Oh, look at how shiny my lightsaber is. Look at how nice I upgraded my lightsabers. And I believe that actually he's willing to let Bastila go in melee with him. Because he hopes by giving her less than perfect equipment and refusing to let her train her dual-wielding skills, he's going to be looking even better in combat when she's around. Okay. Can't use implants. Might as well give her those oral amplifiers. And this adrenaline amplifier. And I think... she's used to the... he's actually carrying her double-bladed lightsaber, so I'm guessing she's used to dual wielding, so he's going to give her this Vibro double blade. Because he knows he's better than her at dual wielding, and he knows she'll be even more mad if she's reduced to using a non-lightsaber melee weapon. Alright.
Yes?
From a gameplay point of view, of course, this is a horrible idea. But still. I don't know if anything... Go ahead. Yeah, but we already knew that.
Kachikun ita hodonga. We ita nandayata. What are you tol?
Okay.
Tong takum justak.
I've got to go.
Takum justak.
We've already heard that, that's why I was skipping through this. Yes, from a gameplaying point of view, this is actually a horrible idea. Equipping her subpar, I know that. But as casually, if at all, I'm role-playing this, I certainly won't just treat anybody in the party the same, because Goofuth doesn't treat anybody in the party the same. Oh, by the way.
I'm here.
That's her script. Yes, Jedi support. Exactly.
What?
Alright. So we're setting out for the ruins now. I really do believe that there's not much else Goofuth wanted to do here. Probably the important thing he wanted to do right after he heard what's going on was spread chaos, which he did between the Matali and the Sandral family, and he's still pleased about that. But that raises a good point, because in a video pretty much session before last, I think it was actually the video in which all of this business went down and the two families killed each other, the user "My name is not Lily" made an interesting comment asking if Goofuth was on the verge of becoming a psychopath. Now I don't know how serious that question was actually intended, but I think it's a good question nonetheless. And one I've actually been thinking about quite a lot. I'm not sure. Goofuth is certainly a sociopath. That he definitely is. He has problems seeing people as people. They're sort of machines to him. He can't really relate to other people on a personal level. He completely lacks empathy. Not in the sense that he's not able to understand people or work them, but in the sense that he's completely devoid of passion for other people's problems. He just sees the possibilities for him that are in there. I don't know if that's the definition of a psychopath. Some elements are certainly parallel there. But it's not like he's completely emotionless. He's just not really much able to relate to other people. And of course, with his political agenda and probably some very hurtful aspects of his past that made him this way. Possibly in his childhood, who knows? There it is. He's grown very detached from human emotion and from empathy. And that of course does make him a bit of a psychopath, I think. The interesting thing though is, and I've mentioned this, is that he wouldn't have wanted Mission to see what happened with the Sandrals and the Metalis. And ever since, I think he spent 2 nights back in the Ebonhawk since this happened, because I regard every session as a day, if I'm not, if there's no reason to otherwise. I think he didn't sleep that well those 2 nights. I think he's actually thought about this a lot. He still thinks he's justified in putting these 2 families up against each other. He thinks he did his concept of anarchy and a ruleless society a favor, and he reached a personal goal with that. I also think that he's happy that he destroyed what probably was the two richest family on this planet. But he has thought about the two kids that died, and that's something, I think that's something he regrets now. So far it's not really sleepless nights, it's just some thoughts, it's gnawing at him a bit. No. I shouldn't have gone down here. I'm sorry I completely lost my sense of direction again.
You ever use the Force just for fun? You know, a little jolt of the Force to trip up some jerk who's ticking you off?
I would never use the Force for such petty and trivial revenge. The mere thought of it's preposterous.
Aw, come on. There's gotta be times when you thought about it. Don't be so stuck up. You can tell me.
I am not stuck up. I merely have the years of training to give me the wisdom and understanding to see how childish such an act would be.
Childish? Is that a crack about my age? You ain't much older than me, Miss High and Mighty. Just 'cause you're some Jedi doesn't mean you can be a prissy little... What the... Hey, that wasn't funny.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mission. Come now, we have to get going. Please, do try to be less clumsy in the future.
Goofuth is of course very, very pleased because he hasn't heard Mission and Bestela speak to each other before. He's very pleased that Mission has the same sort of dislike towards Bestela that he has. At the same time, of course, now he's even more mad at Bestela for doing that just then to Mission. I don't think he likes that a lot. So actually, before we go to those cat hounds over there, are you alright, Mission?
Hey there, what can I do for you?
You want to talk some more about your brother, maybe?
I've been thinking about Lena and what she said about Griff. You know, how he was always blaming other people for his problems. There might be something to what she said.
He's careful about that. He doesn't really... He doesn't want her to like his brother. Her brother. He doesn't... He wants her to be detached from her brother. Because that's just some other instance of significance for her that he wouldn't really need. Who's that guy back there? Did we meet him? Well, let's talk to her first.
No, of course not. Not really. But what if it was his idea to leave me behind? I'm not saying Griff would just abandon me, but maybe he did want to leave me behind. Just temporarily, you know? He might have done that if he planned on coming back later, but things don't usually work out for Griff the way he planned, you know? And that's when he'd get in trouble. He was always borrowing money he could never pay back. He might have been trying to skip out on his debts when he left Harris. He would have to leave his little sister behind so it would look like he was coming back.
He would like he would like her to associate her fear of abandonment concerning her brother at the same time with a feeling of attachment to Goofuth. So he sacrificed you to save his own hide.
Yeah, well, no, not exactly. Look, all I'm trying to say is that the more I think back, the more I realize I might be idolizing my brother a bit, not seeing all his faults. I still want to find him. I need to see him again. It's just that I'm not sure how I'll react when I do.
Yeah, I think he deserves a swift kick in the groin for what he did.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't want to judge him yet. Maybe Lena was lying. Or maybe she wasn't. All I know is I'd like to speak to Griff myself. If we have time, I'd like to go talk to the Zerker Corp rep on Dantooine and see what he has to say about where my brother is now.
I think Goofuth would like that. He'd like to... I can't believe I missed those guys. They don't seem to be that bothered that I'm here, but maybe they just appeared after the last session. Ah well. Let's see what they have to say for themselves.
Ah, so this is the meddler. You have caused us far